Hello everyone and welcome back. This is game number 2 of the series between Logan James and BustRobot. This time Logan James chose the map. It is Waterfalls, and he is going on his home turf here to try and get the series sweep 2-0. He's over here in the blue as the Hojo, and he has an interesting setup. A big front line of Naginata Samurai. It's a couple matchlocks, a couple katanas, 3 of them, and a bunch of cavalry. No missile units. Looks like he just wants to slug this out on the relatively slim terrain here. There's not a whole lot of room to maneuver, so putting his cavalry up on the ridge to try and get around and get a nice, easy melee battle to win this one. So BustRobot over here in the red as the Mori. It looks like he's going for the buildings maybe down here, or just maybe hiding off here to try and get around to the rear, but Logan James is going to be able to plug this hole pretty nicely with Yari Ashigaru, so this will be quite interesting. Some more cavalry for BustRobot up here on the ridge, along with, interestingly, a Yari Ashigaru, maybe trying to pin down the cavalry with his Great Guard up here and follow up some Yari Ashigaru. It'll be interesting to see if that works out. And as we can see here, definitely a big skirmish advantage for BustRobot in this one, having the 2 bow samurai. But if he doesn't move him up soon, Logan James gets some early shots off with the match like Ashigaru. It says they're firing. At least this one is. We'll see if he begins shooting soon. We're just moving up, and this one's firing. There they go. First volley is fired by BustRobot and kills 18 men. Nice shot, but the return fire here should be quite powerful as well. Down to 78 men already. What a great first opening volley from these match like Ashigaru. But here comes the return volley any second now. 11 dropping in that shot. We see some red banners going around the rear there for BustRobot, and we'll see if he can get some early action off here. Try and maybe hit the general, but it looks like Logan James is onto him, shifting his Yari Ashigaru around, but there is a little bit of a hole here, but the Yari cavalry could get through. There they go. Nice and thin. Where is he going to go? Into the general, I would imagine, but oh, he's just going to get sandwiched by these 2 Yari Ashigaru. Not going to get a good charge off. Miraculously killed 3 men in that little charge, but oh, actually, as a diversion, the general's going off and he's completely exposed over here. This Yari cavalry can get a huge charge off. He has to catch us now. There he goes. Oh man, Waterfall seems to be the map for general sniping. If he can pull off this general snipe right here, he's going to be in a great position to win at 16 men. It doesn't like Logan James has realized it yet. Now he has. The Yari Ashigaru are moving back, and the skirmish fight's going nice. Actually quite well for BustRobot. Has managed to rout one of the Ashigaru and is working on the other one. The bows are shooting into him, down 81 and 68. 81 for Logan James, that is. And gets his cavalry out too with 53 men. Is the general yes, the general is alive, but only 7 men means the bows could walk in and just shoot him with a couple volleys from the bows. Could be good enough to rout the general and get him off the field, which would be huge for BustRobot. Yari Samurai against Yari Ashigaru. Good choice there to call the infantry up here and bring a Yari Samurai to take out that infantry unit and leave his cavalry free to be numerically superior to BustRobot and get the win up there. 2 Great Guard versus 2 Great Guard and a Yari cavalry. And Logan James bringing his Yari cavalry into the fight too. Not so good maybe for that frontal charge, but looks like he really wants to win that battle soon. We have some routing over here. Yeah, it must have been the Yari cavalry that were up in the front line. Actually, I don't see the other Yari cavalry. Oh, he's probably hidden off in the woods. But there was some cavalry in these woods too, weren't there? Or were those the ones that went on the ambush, most likely? So all the missile units off the field for Logan James right now, with some Yari cavalry coming around the rear to maybe try and get some general sniping of his own. But BustRobot's going to be able to pick up on that and get his Yari Ashigaru into position and scare off those cavalry from under there. So we have a very tense standoff going here, but it's Logan James with, or BustRobot, excuse me, with the advantage, having 3 missile units to Logan James 0. Surprised he didn't take any time to capture the buildings. I think having a shrine would be really important here. Maybe even the farmhouse. Knowing that he has Naginatas, you're going to want your guys to stand and fight as long as they can against those tanks. And so actually the farmhouse and the shrine be very good units to have here for BustRobot. But he does have the sword dojo, which is a whole lot better than nothing. Arrows are now shooting into the Naginatas. As you can see, very good armor. Didn't lose any men in that volley. Lost a few in that one, though. Killed 17. Not going to stop a bullet. So these Naginatas down to 100 and 108, respectively. Can they get another one off before the Naginatas make it to him? Probably not. And nice charge. That's going to be it for that match like Ashigaru. The Yari Ashigaru up here in Spearball might be able to do a job of holding here against the Naginata Samurai and wearing down BustRobot's line for the Katanas to clean up. Actually a great position here for BustRobot, I think, in red. Cavalry is also getting a decent engage off too, and it looks like he's going to be able to route that Yari Cavalry with some Yari support too. Actually, it looks like the Yari Ashigaru won up there. And wow, BustRobot, being at a numerical disadvantage up here, is going to pull out the win on the cavalry side, and now they'll be able to join the fight. And unfortunately for Logan James, he walked right into this Yari spear wall, and they're going to be able to grind away at this front line, also getting quite disorganized on Logan James' side. So BustRobot looks like he might be able to take advantage of that in this game, moving his katanas up to help with the Yari Ashigaru, but shouldn't be committing all of them to that point, as it won't get a very good charge off. But the cavalry's coming through, and all he has to do is kill that general. I think he should really have the bows focusing on that general. It's 7 men, it'd be so easy to rout them. Oh no, this is going to leave it wide open completely for this Yari cavalry. The bows actually are going into melee, it seems, to try and just stop this cavalry. A big wave coming down from the hills for a BustRobot. Looks like both sides could win this out. It's anybody's game at this point. This cavalry has to do something for Logan James, though, or he's in a lot of trouble. They're stuck on the bows right now, which is not what you want to be fighting when there's a melee battle raging and your units are wavering. But there they go, off into the melee line. But the general for BustRobot is safe, and that is very important. Logan James is kind of exposed. Should probably try and get some sort of unit here just to get that general under pressure. A Great Guard's there's going to be a little sandwich here. The Great Guard's going to charge into the Yari cavalry. And if he can rout these cavalry units, it'll be almost in the bag for BustRobot. He'd be in such a strong position here. He's got a Great Guard maneuvering at 46 men. If his Great Guard can come through this hole right here in the middle, he's got a clear line to the general, which would also be huge. But, his melee line, Logan James that is just crumbling right now. They're all in red or yellow morale. And it looks like BustRobot's going to take this one and tie up the series 1-1. A very dramatic game on Waterfalls, where it looked like BustRobot was actually in quite a bit of danger there, but turned around on those cavalry battles up on the ridge and managed to end up winning. But his general's under attack with 5 men left, 4. The general's still alive, though. If he can just keep the general on the field a little longer, that's all that's going to matter. Both generals alive and wavering and then fighting each other. 3 and 2. But the general seems to be rallying a bit. And there it goes. BustRobot survives, his general at least. And that's going to be about it for Logan James, being all wavering. There he goes. BustRobot, a very impressive win, I think, on Waterfalls. Crazy things always happen on this map. One reason I love it. See you back on the main menu. Well, BustRobot was down, but not out. Going on visiting turf and pulling out the win. It was looking really bad for him up on the ridge with all that cavalry up there. He could have been in a lot of trouble, but he did a good job of keeping that cavalry side under control and pulling out the win on the cavalry battle, which allowed him to sweep down that hill and pull off the win. It was a shame he couldn't kill that general so early on. That would have been huge. But it still ended up working out for him, because you can't complain too much. And unfortunately for Logan James, the cavalry just was not going good for him all battle. Couldn't get him into the melee battle in time to do enough damage, and just ended up being outgrinded out by a smaller force, but experienced katanas will do that. Unfortunately, running right into so putting all of his units sort of right there in front of the Yari Ashigaru, just put him in a bad spot to get surrounded, and just grind it out. And with the Sword Dojo on his side, he was able to plow through those Naginatas and pull out the win. So great job by BustRobot. We're going to game number 3 of this new Game 3 map chooser style. Wonder which one it'll be. I'm really excited. Hope you are too. See you there.